Alright. I think this is working now. That should be working, right? Cool, yeah. Let me just listen on my iPad, because mic was not working a few seconds ago. Doop. Alright. I think this is working now. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's working. Awesome. What's up, goobers? Yeah, this is first stream that I've had in like a month. Been doing a lot. Holidays are crazy. Also had like a week-long trip to Germany for the Christmas markets, and that was cool. But yeah, getting back to it. So, yeah, I guess some quick channel updates before we get started. Let's see. I'm still getting used to taking the rust off with streaming, and for some reason my trackers are going really nuts right now. But yeah, so some quick updates. What were the updates? Thinking about the oh yeah. So I added a arm to my desk, which is like a ring light and magnifying glass, and it has a GoPro attached to it. I made like a short about this like a week or so ago. And so we'll have more dynamic angles on the workbench. So I'm super excited to try that out. This is the first stream that I'll be trying this out. So we'll be able to see like really up close details now of what I'm working on, and also be able to accommodate like larger projects on the workbench. And I also have a whiteboard so I can like take notes of what I'm doing and stuff. But yeah, and what else? So on Sunday, I'm going to be doing a stream that's gonna be I'm gonna be debuting on Twitch. I kind of just want to start on YouTube just to simplify things at first for the channel launch in October, but now I think I want to add Twitch to it. So don't worry, I'm gonna be staying on YouTube also. I think it's just gonna be like DJ mixes if I do this in the future that'll be on Twitch, just to like just because of like copyright stuff, I guess. But like, yeah, I'll be multi-streaming, but yeah, I have a bunch of like really big changes that I've been planning for the channel, just kind of like based off what I've learned from like the past 3-ish months of streaming. What else? Let me go drink some Coca-Cola. What else? I can't think of what it was. I think that there was stuff I was planning to do, but I forgot what it was. So I'll mention it when I remember it. But yeah. So today I have like a Macropad project that I worked on like 4 years ago or so on, and I've never really been able to like do a proper explanation or teardown of it. So it's a little broken right now. So I've been wanting to explain one of my old projects, and so while I'm warming back up to streaming, taking the rust off, I figure this is a really good time for me to do that. Oh, yeah. So I guess let's get to it. Alexa, turn workbench light on. Is it gonna turn on? Okay, let's cool, it turns on. Okay, let's see. Oop, didn't want to show that right now. Actually, let me go change the screen resolution. Hopefully this doesn't crash stuff. Okay, cool, we're still online. Awesome. Okay, so, yeah. Here's the workbench stuff I was talking about. Where did I put the container with, like, all the markers? There it is. So I have a little roll-up whiteboard up in that top area, and I can take notes and stuff there. So I'll be doing that, I guess. Oh wow, that little thing works pretty well. But yeah, okay. So here's the Macropad, and is it on right now? Let me turn off the ring light. There we go. So I have a ring light on this magnifying glass, but like, it's usually going to be pretty awesome for showing off stuff, but it's also overwhelming the RGB LEDs on it, so I'm going to turn off for now and just turn on when we're like doing soldering and like breaking down the interior and stuff. Let me adjust this arm. I'm like getting used to this arm because like, yeah. Okay, cool. So this is an IoT Macropad, Internet of Things Macropad that I made like 4 years ago before I learned PCB design stuff. And so, what about it? Wait, is my background music? Oh, it's not playing. I'm gonna turn on the background music. Yay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, here's the Macropad, and what it does is, so there's like these mounts here, and let me go get like a random piece of aluminum extrusion. So I have like, so my desk is made out of like aluminum extrusion, and it just links up like this, and I just like screw it in, and it stays mounted to the bottom of my desk. So let me show my desk. It's gonna be like upside down. Okay, never mind, it's not gonna move that far. But like, so my desk is made of aluminum extrusion, and yeah, it mounts to the bottom of it. And so what this does, it has it can talk to Alexa to change certain things. So like if I want to turn the fans on and off, I can like press these buttons. If I want to raise or lower the thermostat, then I press these buttons. I can change the lighting, which I want to do right now. Let's see. So right now the lights in my office are like purple. So if we press like this button, then yeah, the lights are, or the front center light is like set to white. And then if I press this one, then it makes all the lights, including the workbench light, turn on. And yeah, and then if we press this one, it turns everything off. And if we press this one, then we have purple lights. Alexa, turn workbench light on. Yeah. And also, I have like this button which never really got set to anything, so right now it just shitposts. Like, I think if I press it, it says like a BattleBots thing. Not sure if y'all heard that. Oh, I have a lapel mic. I can actually like move it towards her. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that stuff works. Bless me. And this button. So I used to have like a triple monitor setup that needed like a monitor splitter. Whoa, why is my avatar going crazy again? Anyway, and so it would get kind of wonky every once in a while, and it had like a reset button on the back of it. So I actually modified it where like I could have like an external reset button, because like with the cable management, the splitter was like in the back of the whole setup and it was a pain in the ass to reach. So yeah, this lets me I was able to take that extension and plug it into here to reset the monitor and stuff. But right now I actually upgraded to like an ultra wide, and yeah, an ultra wide and like a more modern monitor that doesn't need like a display port to like 3 DVI splitter or something. So yeah, with that I don't need it anymore. And so we're gonna be rerouting this one to be another IoT button. And then these last 2 buttons here, they move my sit stand desk up and down. That's what this interface, which is like kind of loose and rattling around, is for. And so we're gonna secure this down, and let's see. So what's wrong with this? There's some things wrong with this at the moment. This is like a 4-year-old project. So this button needs to be changed to an IoT button instead of like a physical reset switch. So we're gonna probably need to rework some soldering there, or we're gonna need to like add some wiring there, because I think I excluded that wiring from like the normal circuitry of like everything else. And then let's see, I'm gonna go reboot this actually and turn off the workbench light. Actually I can just do that with that. And so when we reboot it, we'll actually be able to see the colors of the RGB LEDs, because they're all supposed to be the same color, but you'll see that some of them are a bit off. So if it's feasible, I'm going to be replacing some of those LEDs which are like kind of worn out. And then let's turn the lights back on. And what else? Oh, and so this button which turns on and off the fans, it doesn't work at all. Like, if you see it, if I press it, like, nothing changes color. I already went into the code last night to see what was going on before starting the stream, and it turns out that it's just not working at all. So I have a feeling that there's, like, something desoldered there or something, so we're gonna fix that also. But yeah, oh, did I show the interface yet for how we connect the sit-stand desk? So, like, yeah, this is just, like, the controller and power and stuff for, these sit-stand desks, like, up-down controls. So, yeah, we're gonna go take this apart, and I'm gonna explain the internals. Alright. Oh, and it's also a USB powered. But, yeah. Okay, so... get my screwdriver out, and let's go kind of big overhead here, and I guess I'm gonna go write down what I'm doing. So that's gonna be disassembly of Macropad. Yeah. Okay, and so this was also made before I got into Robot Combat, so I actually had like some kind of like bad design habits on it, like directly screwing. Wait, oh no, they're not that bad, because I actually use heat set inserts, but like something I used to do that like is not something I recommend for 3D printing design is directly. Is that even the right size? That is not the right size. Yeah, something I don't recommend doing that I used to do is directly soldering, or not directly soldering, directly screwing into plastic with like normal M3 or M4 or whatever screws instead of using plastites. I forgot if I ranted about this before, but like there's a pretty big difference between like normal machine screws and like plastites. Let me show the difference. So like this is like a normal like M3 machine screw, and it has very fine threads and they don't really grab very well. And this is plastite. It's a little gunky from like having I don't even know why there's like thread locker on it, because it's a plastite and plastites don't need thread locker on it. But yeah, you can see there's a very, very big difference in the tooth profile. I don't know if that's like focusing properly on the what's it called, on the GoPro, but yeah, you want to use the plastic thread forming screws for like actually directly going into, and if not, then you should be using like heat set inserts or like threaded inserts. But yeah, okay, so the parts I'm taking off right now, these are just like brackets to secure the Macropad to the 2020 extrusion. So that's what I showed here, since like my desk is made out of this material, so I can like mount stuff on it. But yeah, and this is actually going slowly, so we're gonna go use the drill. And it's a good thing that I'm doing the stream right now instead of like waiting to do like everything on the Twitch debut and update stream, because I'm starting to figure out what kind of the problems are with like using this arm. Is that it's like really bouncy, and it's getting in the way like on the right side where it's mounted. But yeah, okay, now we're taking apart this a lot faster. Is that like stripped? It might be stripped. Okay. So So yeah, we have the brackets here. I don't know why that's not coming out. Let me see if I like force angle it so that like the threads have to engage while pulling it out. I have a feeling that like, yeah, that's what I thought. So this is another reason I don't really like to use the heat set inserts anymore, is like if they strip out of like where they're supposed to be inserted into, then they can be a pain in the ass to actually get out. It's like a nut that's kind of stuck and doesn't actually come out. Okay, so got those brackets off, and this thing's not cooperating with me, so let me get the other one. So yeah, taking apart the rest of the chassis of this. Oh, looks like I was missing that screw. And is this enough to actually take this apart? Because I don't see any more screws unless... Let's take off, like, the thing that's protecting the key switches. Trying to get used to doing all the stuff that I can do through the magnifying glass that this is like attached to, because like it's acting like a really good like viewfinder for the GoPro, so that like if I can see it through this magnifying glass, then y'all should be able to see it through the GoPro. Okay, so this bit that I took off, this is just to like protect the keys from like side impacts, especially like in my spinny office chair. And so yeah, these are keycaps that like you can split them open, and there are little label slots that you can print out, or I guess hand draw if you want to, and you can change what is displayed on the key. These things have been like holding up for a pretty good time. Although, now that this is no longer the monitor reset button, I'll be changing that out to whatever function I want it to be, which I don't know what that is right now. But I'll figure that out later. And yeah, it just snaps onto it. It's a little misaligned, but that's not going to matter since me changing it out later. And keycaps, I forgot what keycap. Okay, so I'm using the Kale Box Navy switches, which are like super duper clicky. This is like part of their like click bar series, which is like even more clicky than a typical like cherry blue switch. But yeah, I'm pretty sure all of these use them. Yeah, you can see the color of, let's turn on the ring light. You can see the color of the key switch stems along the sides. But yeah, and I forgot if this was actually hot swap design. Let me go find my like key switch remover, and then we can test it out. Wherever that tool is. Not there. Here's one. Alright, so here's just like a standard cheap key switch remover. And I don't think it's hot swap. I think it's probably soldered in, but we can actually verify this if we actually take this apart back here. And yeah. And oh, now I can actually remove that. Okay, cool. So here's actually electronics inside of it. Let me go take this off. And okay, cool. Alright, so this is the guts of it. We have an ESP, not 32, an ESP 8266. Main difference being that it has only Wi-Fi, it doesn't have Bluetooth like 32 does. I forgot the other differences between it though. And we have like a multiplexer, which like is kind of overkill, because we definitely have all the inputs that we actually need to get all the key cap or to get all the key input, but like, whatever. I think I just really wanted to use them since I had a bunch of them, and I wrote some code for it for some other project, and it's like, might as well just reuse that code. This is the control board for the, what's it called? The sit-stand desk controls, and so you can see that those controls are directly wired up here to the rightmost key switches. And what else? So these are the RGB LEDs, and I thought that my wiring was kind of nice and clever here without a PCB, although I definitely want to turn this into like something that has a PCB. And we can see right away what is wrong is one of these wires is disconnected, and that is the one for turning on the fan. So we're going to be stripping that little bit of insulation, resoldering it to probably that little spot, which I'm actually using hot swap connectors, so I don't know why I can't pull out the switch. I may have like accidentally soldered it in, but like that's okay because I don't want to change out the switches. I like the switches on here. So yeah, that's first thing. Although to be honest, I don't think I'll be replacing the LEDs because that would require like taking off all this glue and like redoing the soldering stuff, since like, yeah, it's kind of cool and pretty looking, but at the same time it's not easy to slide in and out that the LEDs. So I guess we're just gonna live with like the uneven LED colors. And so let's see, there's one more thing that I wanted to do. So I wanted to get this button working with IoT functions, and so we need to figure out why it's not working, and I think I know why it's not working. It's because it's probably not soldered up to like the rest of the multiplexer's stuff. It's probably just direct connected to like this bit here, which is where it's plugging in like the extension for the monitor splitter. But yeah, let's see if past me was smart when designing this, because I think this is the first time I really started using like what's it called, like DuPont connectors and stuff, with the intent of making it easy to like disassemble without having to like fully unsolder and resolder stuff. And it looks like that past me was correct in that, so cool. We can take that out now, and yeah, cool. And okay, so I'm actually just gonna leave this here because it's not really causing any problems just hanging out, and I'm worried that like, oh, actually I literally have Sharpies for this reason. Okay, so let me go find like a silver or like a bronze Sharpie or something. Gonna mark down that for the desk controller, the part with the silver Sharpie is up. Wait, did I switch already? It should have switched by now. Oh no, that's me digging for the thing. Okay, so desk controller silver up. Alright, and so we don't care about this wiring anymore because that was meant specifically for the monitor splitter reset thing, so you don't care about plugging that one back into here. For here, I think that it's pretty obvious what the orientation is, just with the way that these have like kind of bent, but I'm gonna put a Sharpie blob there anyway, just in case it gets twisted. Oh no, I don't even need to do that. I can just like write up on this and it's like big enough. Up. I need new metallic Sharpies. That one's like almost dead. But yeah, did I go over this stuff? So yeah, this is pretty simple. If you don't include any of the desk, like, up-down stuff, or the monitor reset, all we really have here is just, like, an ESP8266, and a multiplexer with some pull-down or pull-up one of those resistors. And so one of my goals is I actually want to turn this into, like, straight up an actual PCB, and then you can, like, make your own, and it'll be, like, a lot flatter and more elegant than this. And also have, like, the LEDs as part of the, what's it called? As part of the PCB also. But, yeah. Cool. So, let's see. What are the two things that we need to do? Let me go make a checklist. So, what I want to do is, fix broken switch connection and reroute to multiplexer. Okay. Is the ring light on? Yeah, it was on. Okay, cool. So, let's see. Let's move that out of the way, and that out of the way, and that out of the way. And I think the first thing is just fix that one button. That's going to be the easiest thing. So, yeah. This is the only one that's, like, disconnected, and I think I paired all of these up. Oh, wait, you can't see that. So, yeah, you can see that, all these, so there's, like, the ground connection that, like, all these are common ground connected to on, like, one side, and then on the other side, there's, and this is to the key switches, not the LEDs, and then on the other side, which is, like, these wires, you can see that, they all go to, like, kind of, like, the same, I guess, geometric area, I guess. And so this one just out here loose, and it shouldn't be loose, so we're just going to be taking off a little bit of insulation and resoldering it here. That should be really nice and quick. And then we can actually just plug it in right after and see if it works. And I'd be surprised if it didn't work, because this is a pretty simple problem, and there's nothing really crazy going on in this build. And I also think I'm going to cut off the, what's it called? Cut off the heat shrink wrap that, I have on the other one. This is not small enough. Where are my other strippers? I think I'm gonna cut off, like, the heat shrink wrap that's on the other ones, because I thought it'd help, like, organize it more, but I think it might actually be putting stress on the wires. So I'm gonna go snip those off to give them a bit of breathing room, I guess. So not you. Oh, you know, actually, I might just be able to get away with, like, sliding them all the way up also. I wonder why there's, like, this kind of, like, weird residue that's on some of the wires. Nah, I'll just cut it off. I think I actually may have done that just to make it easier to, like, visualize the pairs, or, like, not lose track of them while soldering, but leaving them on after production may have kind of screwed me over. Okay, so let me go get my flux pen, and okay, I'm trying to get in the habit of using the magnifying glass so that what I see is what y'all see. And then that's gonna go into here. Okay. So yeah, oh, that is the wrong tip. I was using that for some plastic carving. Let's change that with, like, an actual soldering tip. Alright. Just gonna have that heat up, and clean off that tip, and then we're gonna do that soldering joint. Yeah, we're just gonna set it to 420 because it's a meme number and it works good enough. I don't actually know what the real temperature I should have it set up to is. Yeah, that's some nasty crud up there. Yeah. I should probably, like, add some water to my soldering sponge. Doop. Okay. Sponge is wet. And tip should be clean. Cool. And I don't think we need the Pine-Sol for this. You know, actually, we might need the not Pine-Sol, the Omnifixo. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Omnifixo anyway. Okay, and this has like random crap on it, so I'm gonna take that off. Okay, Omnifixo. Oh, crap. Arm fell out. Still getting used to this. Okay, so this is kind of a mess. I don't know if this actually really has a good way to grip onto it. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I guess we'll just have like these ones, and then if we can kind of like figure out how that's gonna go do its thing. We just need it to connect to here. This is like really annoying to do with the arm and like my face rig set up. Otherwise I'd be able to do this like in seconds without weird setups. Is that even in focus? That is not in focus. Okay, cool. Let me go get that focus. Aha. Everything's bumping into each other! Maybe this is why there's not many VTubers that do soldering live, is because this is a pain in the ass setup. Oh wait, and then also just straight up disconnected. Or stopped being held or something. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna put a blob where we want the solder. And there's kind of already a blob there anyway. And then we don't need that thing. We can just snake that through, and there should be flux on there, so it should flow onto that pretty easily. Cool. And let me just make sure that that's not touching. Okay, that should not be touching. I think that we've fixed that. And just to highlight where we're soldering at, it's here that I just did that joint. Okay, yeah. I guess the next thing to do is just, plug it in and see if we have the fans turning on and off. Which, oop. Let me go get that, spare microphone and we can put it over the fans. Or not over, but like right next to the fans, I guess. Y'all can hear this, right? I'm gonna assume y'all can hear this. So that's, those are my room fans. And, so I'm gonna go plug this back in, and we should be able to turn off the fans, which does work. And then we should be able to turn the fans on, which, was not working. Oh, this is upside down. Okay, cool. So plug that back in. And then plug this into here. And then we should be getting Wi-Fi connection soon. Oh, the LEDs aren't connected. That's why it's not working. LED connection is just here, and it's a good thing I color-coded that. Okay. Now we can plug it in. That's weird. Lights started flickering. Okay, so I'm assuming that y'all can hear the fans. If we press this, that should turn off the fans. Okay, so that's working, and then if we press this, we should see the lights change and the fans should turn back on. Woohoo! That worked. Okay, gonna go disable that mic, because I know it's annoying. But we have established that fan turning on and off works. So let's check that off the checklist. Okay, fix broken switch connection. Alright, so the second thing is a bit more involved. Let's disconnect this again so that we're not shorting stuff or whatever. Okay, so this next part, we need to get rid of some wiring that was left over from the monitor reset stuff. And so, thankfully, that's like way on the end of here. Here it is. We want to make this another IoT switch. And so there's these two wires that we need to take off. And we need to reconnect it to, or not reconnect, we need to connect it to the multiplexer just like the rest of the IoT buttons. And I think this should be pretty easy because we have this guy just kind of hanging out, and it looks as if it was meant to go there the whole time. Especially if we make the assumption about like the neighboring stuff. So if we follow this blue wire, y'all can see that, right? So if we follow this blue wire, that goes to the Alexa button, which I think means that this goes to here. And let's see. We also don't have a ground connection, I don't think, going from here to the rest of the ground connections. So instead of removing this entirely, we're going to keep this black ground wire there, and then we're going to... I also don't want to unsolder that. I think I'd rather just kind of splice it to this one dangling out here. Thank you, past me, for thinking of the future and making this easy to reconnect. So, yeah, we're just going to lop that off. And we're definitely not going to use this whole wire length. And, yeah, so this brown one, which is not like the others, is going to be ground. And so we're just going to simply connect that to there. I think at the same time, let me go get my hot glue gun warmed up because I want to goon all of those connections, all those joints in hot glue so that they're less likely to detach in the future, which is something pretty standard that I do in like robot combat. It's like kind of like a reversal potting, I guess. Okay. So, I guess I don't really... Do I care about it being under over? Yeah, I do care about it being under over. Alright, so I'm gonna go to this and put it underneath there. Then I think, yeah, I'll just cut off up to there. And then strip that wire. Doop. Cool. And then take some flux and flux it up. And then tinning that wire end. Just realized I don't have the soldering fan out. Ooh. Nah, I don't need it. It's only a few joints. Okay, cool. And we already have like a big-ass glob, so I'm gonna take the iFixit kit that I bought myself for Christmas. And we're just gonna go connect it to that existing joint here. It's not the cleanest, but it'll work. And then I guess while I hold that in place, yeah, this is like one of those weird areas I don't think the OmniFix is a good fit for. Let me turn that ring light on. There we go. All right. So that should be good. And let me just get out the multimeter for some continuity. Doop, doop, doop. You know, I should probably actually have like a mount for my multimeter, like on here. Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. I'll think about doing that. But anyway, okay. Continuity mode. Oops. And then we should hear a beep going from this lead of the key switch to ground stuff. Yeah, cool. So that's working. Now we just need to connect this lead to this guy, which, you know, actually, I don't know, you know, splicing might not actually be the clean way to do this. I think I'll just desolder that one, this lead, and just put on the other one, especially since it's like already tinned and stuff, I guess. Well, yeah, that'll work. Cool. So we're just gonna directly connect this one over to here. And just do the same thing. We're gonna strip that. That's a little long. Put some flux on there. And then going to... Ooh, that's nasty. Let's clean off that tip. Okay. Nice blob on there. Is that even a tinned? Yeah, that's tinned. Cool. And then we want to replace this one with that one. Easy. And just gonna go trim this down a little bit because it's a little excessively long. And then just gonna... Oh, I don't think y'all can see that. Let me zoom that in. Okay, cool. Still getting used to like this magnifying glass situation. All right, cool. Yeah, that's connected. Oop. You know, I've been trying to use the magnifying glass with like closing one eye, and then I lose the depth perception. But then, like when I use two eyes, it's kind of weird to adjust that first. But then it's like actually way better. I should probably try using both eyes now. But yeah, I think that works. I guess let's just plug it in. See if that works, I guess. Well, how do I know if it works? Because it doesn't actually do anything. Oh, I guess I can just bring this over to my computer and then we can just like debug it. Oh wait, oh no, I know how I'm gonna know it's gonna work. It's because the LEDs are gonna change color, I think. So let's see if that's the case, and if that's not the case, then we'll go bring this over to my PC setup and... Well, I just said PC setup like really old school. But anyway, I'm just gonna go bring it over to there, and then we can just like debug it with logs and see if it is actually doing anything. And I did adjust the code last night to have it theoretically do stuff, but that's how I discovered that it was still physically disconnected. But yeah, okay, so we are gonna plug the key switches back into the multiplexer. And then we're going to connect the RGB LEDs, which are NeoPixel based, by the way, to back to the board, and then going to turn off the ring light so we can actually see the LED output, and plug this back in, and then we'll see if pushing that IoT button, or the now IoT-ish button, actually does anything. Okay, so it works. It's not going to do anything because it's not actually programmed to anything in Alexa right now, but it does work. So we have accomplished the second goal, which is reroute the monitor button to the multiplexer. Cool. Wow. How long have I been streaming? Only an hour? And like 10 minutes of that was actually just me setting up. That's a way shorter stream than I thought it'd be. I thought it'd take longer to do those repairs, but I guess not. I guess, is there anything else interesting to talk about with this project? It's pretty straightforward. I'll just kind of do another refresher, I guess, just in case anyone joined the stream later. So yeah, this thing, it, you can send Alexa commands at the push of a button, like changing the color of the lights in my office. We're at purple now, and now we're at turning them off, and now we're at like a just kind of a soft, warm light, and then we have all lights, including the workbench, on here. This button is the one that we just reprogrammed, or we just rerouted, and it's currently not programmed to do anything. I believe it is talking to Alexa, it's just not actually hooked up to a routine, or the routine doesn't actually do anything. But we have that, and it's at least changing colors. If we press this one, then we have it's robot fighting time. Yeah. And then here we can turn on and off my room fans. And this is for thermostat control, but I think I accidentally unlinked it from Alexa, so I need to fix that later. And then let's see here, we have the desk up down buttons. So yeah, I guess the last bits to do, I'm just gonna reinforce the connections with some hot glue, just so that I don't have to deal with a disconnected button again for a while, hopefully. Okay. So, yeah, everything's unplugged. I learned that for some hot glue guns, the, what's it called? For some hot glue guns, the metal tip could actually, it seems like it's actually connected, like, to like one of the AC power leads or something. I don't know if that's really it, or like, I don't know, it does something, because I noticed that like it does some voltage fuckery whenever you accidentally short the tip of it to something. So yeah, that's just a kind of a weird thing that I figured out on my own a while ago, and I'm a bit wary about letting the metal tip of a hot glue gun touch stuff now. But yeah, okay, that's gooned. And then I'm just gonna a little bit of hot glue here, and then just a little bit here and here so that doesn't undo itself. And then I noticed that the board's a little weak, so just gonna put more hot glue gun here. And then, yeah, we have the connection to, what's it called? Wait, where is that supposed to go? I thought it would go in here, but it's not actually there. Well, first, do I even need... Okay, so I don't actually need the faceplate to connect the the back of the chassis. So I'm just gonna go screw that back in right now. Okay. Let me go put this up somewhere safe in its little holder. Okay. Screw it. I'm gonna use the drill because it's faster. If it is actually interfacing with anything. Is it like stuck somewhere? Yeah, I think it's like mildly stuck, I guess. Wait, is that even... That's not even the right drill bit size. Or the right hex size. Okay. That's the correct one. There we go. Oh, shit, that's like all the way up. Don't want that. Okay. Back off on that one a little bit. But yeah, I want to remake this, but like to fit on like a single PCB with like replacing almost all the wires with like traces, and we can probably totally remove that multiplexer since that's just like extra cost, because like we have so many inputs and outputs on that ESP8266. Okay, so where does that plug in then? And is that purple hot glue? Oh no, I just put that on there. Okay, so I think that goes there, and we can also remove this now because we don't use it. And by remove I mean just fold it back because I'm lazy. So I think the way I intended for this to go was that like that was supposed to be like adhesived into there, but then the adhesive weakened over time. Let's remove this connector. Oh, and I guess I can glue that in here. Just make sure that doesn't disconnect on its own. So is that the intent of this design? I think it is, because it lines up the way that it should line up. So in that case, I'm actually going to remove this hot glue that I just put on. And then, actually, let me just like flush cut that so it'll be flush, which is literally the point of flush cutters, I guess. And then we're just gonna put a bunch of hot glue on it, which will come out eventually, but I don't feel like mixing up epoxy right now. Okay. Hot glue, even more hot glue, and where's my... That's empty. You. Are you empty? You are empty. What about you? I don't think you're empty. You're empty. I have like 4 empty spray duster, or air dusters on my desk that I should really throw away. There we go, that's what I wanted. Nice and cold. Okay, cool. And then should make sure that that actually fits before committing to more hot glue. Yeah, that fits. Cool. You know, I don't think we actually need more glue. We can finish closing this up. Which, I need to find another one of these, because there's supposed to be 2, but found only one when disassembling. Do I have any just kind of loose on my desk right now? I actually do. That's amazing. Okay, cool. So I don't have to dig up the stuff. Alright. Where is my screwdriver that I just had? There it is. Okay. bit more room. Doop, 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 doop. I really appreciate that my multimeter has like auto off functionality, because I would totally kill the batteries all the time if it didn't. Okay, so those two are in. And then where is the drill? This is something that definitely benefits from having the drill. Okay, so that side goes here, and this is the one with the, like, fucked up thing. So if drilling it's not gonna work, we're gonna hammer it with something that's totally a hammer. Okay, fine, we're gonna use a mallet. Okay. There are my hex bits. Doop. And then we don't need to go like super ham on that. And then, before I actually mount this on my actual desk, I'm gonna do a little dry run of it after assembly, just to make sure nothing got messed up during reassembly of it. The ring light would actually really help here. Alright. Turn off the ring light because it overwhelms the LEDs. Alright, why is it not connecting? That's problematic. It was literally working before we put this together. Okay, now it's working. Alright, so we'll just test out the lights. That works. That works. That works. Okay, cool. That's a good enough dry run. Can I actually mount this up to here? I can't because that's in the way. But yeah, the way that this mounts, again, is 2020 extrusion using these T-nuts. Just screw those in, and it can mount on the bottom of any weird furniture that is actually made with this aluminum extrusion. But yeah, okay, cool. I guess that works. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little teardown of my Macropad project. I'm gonna clean up the code before I put it on like GitHub, since like I had some like hard-coded Wi-Fi passwords and like keys and stuff that I definitely don't want to put on GitHub. But yeah, that's a thing. That's cool, I guess. Oh, I do need to make a new GitHub because my current one is like tied to like my real name. But yeah, I guess that's my Macropad. It works again. That's cool. I need to figure out what I want this button to do, and then change out the thingy, and then program an Alexa routine for it. But yeah, sweet. Well, I learned a lot this stream about this new setup. It's pretty cool to be able to like move the arm around, but the arm is also definitely getting in the way a lot. So I'm gonna see if I can actually make it so that the arm is not going horizontally across. Like, can you see that? Yeah, so you can see that the arm is actually like going horizontally across my workbench, and obviously that's gonna be an issue, especially since I'm like right-handed. So I'm gonna see if I can like actually have this mount up to like the up to that 2020 railing that I put up there, and I think that'll just be a lot more usable. But yeah. Cool. Okay, let's switch back to the cool office mode here. Okay, awesome. Yeah, well, we did it. Why are my arms, like, kind of wonky? Anyway, that's not important right now. Yeah, so that's my Macropad project that I made, like, 4-ish years ago. It's good to be back to streaming. I missed y'all. Want to get the ball rolling again. But yeah, I guess next stream is gonna be, oh, actually, I can, let me try to grab this off of my desk. It's really, really big. Yeah, this is actually kind of a perfect segue into, I guess let me go back into, like, workbench mode real quick after putting this down. Hopefully I didn't lose that keycap that is missing, but, okay. Let's go back to workbench mode. Yeah, so, I have this, full-size 88-key MIDI keyboard that I made with mechanical key switches, and it has a very, very similar construction to the Macropad. So, I'm gonna be, tearing into this project, one of my favorite projects I've made over the years, next stream, which will be Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. And so, yeah, it's kind of gonna be a similar thing where I tear down, explain how it works, its construction and stuff, which, by the way, it has real red oak. It's one of my prettiest projects. And this is actually 3D printed wood over here. That is 3D printed PLA wood fill 3D print. And there's a really cool technique that I got it to actually look like and to finish like wood that I want to explain. But yeah, I'll be going over this project next stream, which is going to be 6 p.m. Tuesday, this Tuesday. So yeah, that's cool. I hope that y'all tune in for that. But yeah, guess let's go back to office mode. Yeah, so I guess that's today's stream. Nice and shorter than I thought it would be. Just 1 hour, but we got what we wanted done, and this is a little warm up to the big updates that I have planned for. Whoa, legs going crazy again. This is like a good lead up, I guess, to the updates I have planned for next, I guess, quarter of streams. But yeah, got some good data out of this, especially the magnifying glass camera arm thing situation. So yeah. Alright, I'll see y'all. Logging off. Bye-bye. Where's my log off button?